Right now, in the freezing black water beneath the Arctic ice, there is a shark that is older than the United States of America. It was already swimming when Napoleon marched on Moscow. It was alive before the telescope, before the Pilgrims, before Isaac Newton was born. 400 years of the same slow heartbeat in the dark. And here is the part that should genuinely unsettle you. On this list, that shark does not even make the top 5. This is a countdown of the 10 oldest animals on Earth, not fossils, not bones in a museum, living things, breathing and moving today, some of them old enough to have watched entire empires rise and crumble to dust. We measured every one of them the way scientists actually do it, by counting growth rings, layers of tissue, and chemistry locked inside their bodies. And the creature at number 1 has done something the rest of us can only dream of. It has found a way to simply stop growing old. Number 10. The Giant Tortoise, around 190 years. To put that in human terms, a tortoise hatched the year Charles Darwin was a teenager could still be alive today, quietly chewing on a leaf, having outlived 6 generations of the people who study it. Its secret is a metabolism turned almost all the way down. It moves slowly, ages slowly, and its cells refuse to wear out on schedule. In a world obsessed with speed, the tortoise wins by doing everything as gently as possible. Number 9. The Red Sea Urchin. 200 years hidden inside a spiny ball no bigger than your fist. This is where age stops looking the way you expect it to. A 200-year-old urchin is not frail. It shows almost no signs of aging at all. It reproduces just as well in its second century as it did in its first, and scientists have found individuals with virtually no measurable decline. It is one of the first hints on this list that for some animals, growing old and growing weak are not the same thing. Number 8. The Bowhead Whale, 211 years, which makes it the longest living mammal ever recorded. Think about what that means. A bowhead alive today may have been a calf when the first steam trains ran. Harpoon points from the 1800s have been pulled from living whales, still lodged in their blubber a century and a half later. Their bodies are built with genes that repair DNA damage and resist cancer so effectively that researchers are studying them, hoping to understand how a mammal so enormous simply refuses to die on time. Number 7. The koi. 226 years in a fish you could buy at a garden centre. The most famous of them was a scarlet koi named Hanako, whose age was confirmed by counting the growth rings on her scales, the same way you would count the rings of a tree. She was passed down through a family for generations, each owner inheriting a fish that had already outlived the last. She was born before the country she lived in had electricity, and she died having seen it reach the space age. Number 6. The Greenland Shark. 400 years and the oldest vertebrate on the planet. This is the shark. From the very start of this video, it grows less than 1 centimeter a year, drifting through near-freezing water so slowly that it seems barely alive at all. It does not reach adulthood until it is around 150 years old. Everything about it is stretched across a time scale that makes a human life look like a single afternoon. And yet, 5 more animals on this list are older still. Number 5. The Ocean Quahog Clam. 507 years. A single clam, dredged from the seabed off Iceland, was found to have been born in the year 1500. That is a living animal that was already growing its shell while Leonardo da Vinci was painting the Mona Lisa. Scientists named it Ming, after the Chinese dynasty that ruled when it was born. Its age was read from the rings of its shell, 5 centuries of them, stacked one on top of another like the pages of a book nobody knew how to read until now. Number 4. Deep sea coral, over 2,700 years. Now we cross a line that is hard for the human mind to even hold. In the cold and the dark, thousands of feet down, colonies of coral grow so slowly that a single one has been alive since before Rome was founded. Each animal in the colony is tiny, but together they have been sitting in the same spot on the ocean floor, adding a hair's width of skeleton each year through the entire rise and fall of the ancient world. Number 3. Black coral. Over 4,000 years, deeper still and older are the black corals, and one colony has been dated to more than 4,000 years old. When it first took root on the seabed, the pyramids of Giza were brand new. It has stood in the same patch of darkness through all of recorded human history, every war, every empire, every word ever written, growing by an amount you could not see if you watched it for a lifetime. Number 2. The glass sponge. Some estimates reach 11,000 years. There are sponges on the deep sea floor that may have been alive at the end of the last ice age, when mammoths still walked the earth. They are made of delicate silica, essentially living glass, and in the still, cold, changeless dark of the deep ocean, there is almost nothing to kill them. No storms, no seasons, no predators that can be bothered, just time passing over a creature that has quietly refused to end for over 100 centuries. Number 1, the Immortal Jellyfish. And with this one, the numbers stop, because it does not have an age. When this jellyfish is starving, injured, or simply old, it does something no other animal can. It reverts. Its cells transform, its body collapses back into an earlier stage of life, and it begins all over again like a butterfly turning back into a caterpillar. Barring disease or a hungry predator, it can do this forever. It has not found a way to live a long time. It has found a way to never die of old age at all. So which of these is the real winner? The clam that saw the Renaissance, the shark still swimming from before your country existed, or the tiny jellyfish that treats death as optional? The honest answer is that every animal on this list has quietly broken a rule we assumed could not be broken. Aging is not a law of nature. It is a strategy, and some creatures have simply opted out. We spend our whole lives being told that time only moves one way, that everything grows old and everything ends. And then you look into the deep, cold dark, and you find a jellyfish that has been turning back its own clock since before you were born, and will keep doing it long after you are gone. If you want to see the strangest, deadliest, and most extraordinary creatures our planet has ever produced, the full collection is on the channel right now, because the natural world is far, far older and far stranger than it lets on.